What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American, here today to react and learn about some of the best small Canadian cities. As an American, I'm very interested in this topic in particular because I've heard of many of the big, popular, famous Canadian cities, but I don't know anything about the smaller Canadian cities, and I guarantee you I've never even heard of most of the cities that we're going to read about here today, and that sounds very exciting to me. So I want to check out this Reddit discussion where somebody asked, what is your favorite small city in Canada? And we're talking about cities under 300 to 400,000 people. And that just sounds perfect. Once you start getting under like 400,000 people, and maybe even down to like 100,000 or less people, you're really starting to talk about some small cities. So this just seemed like a really cool opportunity for me to learn about some smaller Canadian cities that I otherwise would never, ever hear about. So with that being said, let's take a look here at some of the top answers that Canadians have left here in the comments, starting with shout out to Fernie. Fernie. Never heard of it. Never. Fernie, the place with the prettiest Canadian Tire parking lot view on Earth. Is that what it's known for? Fernie. Okay, let's look it up. Basically, that's what I'm going to be doing some investigating here today. I'm going to plug these places into Google and see what it tells me. This is a city in British Columbia, Canada, and it actually has some pictures here. Can I make this a little bit bigger? Oh, yes. There we go. There's Fernie. Wow. It's got mountains. Oh, my. And, yeah, like slopes and mountains. You can go skiing here. What is this? A museum? This is kind of random. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump into the Google Images as well. Let's just look at some random pictures of Fernie here for a second. Wow. Wow, look at these mountains. That's the first thing that really strikes me. Wow. When you look at these pictures with like the buildings, it's crazy because it's this little small town with this super epic, crazy background. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, that is a really good one. Fernie in British Columbia. That looks, oh my gosh, that is so cool. People actually get to live there as well. Let's keep going though. I want to take a good look at quite a few Canadian small cities. Corner Brook, Newfoundland? Corner Brook. That's the name of the city? It's a two-word name, Corner Brook, where you really could walk uphill to school both ways. Just like your parents used to say. I used to walk uphill in the snow both ways, 20 miles. Okay, Corner Brook. Let's look this up. This is a city in Newfoundland and Labrador. Wow! Look, hold on. Don't skip ahead, you little Google picture. Look at this. That is incredible. I don't think I've seen much of Newfoundland, to be completely honest. This is a little city built right on the water. This is amazing. Let's look at a couple pictures here. Wait, it's also got a mountain resort in Newfoundland? Does that have like mountains and snow? And a waterfall? And a valley and smoke and water and this is insane. This is a beautiful city. This would be so cool if you actually lived here. Is there anyone out there who lives in Corner Brook, Newfoundland? Because that looks awesome. I don't think I have the time to get into too much depth with some of these small Canadian cities, but just on the surface level, these are amazing. I've always liked Moose Jaw. Is that the name of a place? Moose Jaw. This is an actual name? Born and raised in Moose Jaw. Love that city. Okay, sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but it's a funny name. I don't know how else to say it. Moose Jaw. I'm sure the citizens of Moose Jaw would even agree. Huh. Oh, it's a city in Saskatchewan. Fourth largest city in Saskatchewan. Okay. You can go skiing. It immediately wants me to go hiking and camping. That must mean something. Let's look at some of the images. Oh, wow. It's got some, like, older historical looking buildings here. Moose Jaw. Finally we get to the bottom of this. Right here is Mac the Moose. Mac the Moose. There he is. I was wondering, why is it named Moose Jaw? This is in Saskatchewan. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. They have leaned into the moose theme. There's a lot of moose. Welcome to Moose Jaw, the friendly city. Huh. Yeah, it does indeed look like a pretty small city. Here's like a drone shot of it. It's got a McDonald's. That's good. Very cool. I like the name. I can't deny that I like the name. Good run at the Memorial Cup this year. What is that? Is that like a hockey cup or? People from Moose Jaw don't even like Moose Jaw. What? What is that true? What do people think? What? This was voted very highly on this list of small Canadian cities. There's got to be some people out there who like it. Wolfville, Nova Scotia. It has a vibrant little downtown with lots to offer in food, drink, and local arts, beautiful golf course, and it's surrounded by Nova Scotia wine country. Is Nova Scotia known for wine? Wine country? Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Never heard of it. Town in Nova Scotia. Here's some pictures. Wow. Oh, it's got here's a vineyard. It really is known for wine. Here's like a vineyard, a double-decker wine bus. Oh my gosh, if you like wine, maybe Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Botanical gardens. Whoa. Wow. See, Nova Scotia is again a province I've never really seen much of anything in. Wow, it's got beautiful, like, variety of water and coast, but also forest and farmlands. It's got it all. And this looks almost like a tropical island or something, actually. Very cool. Wolfville, Nova Scotia. That, I think that is kind of the secret to finding, like, in my opinion, one of the best places to live. Somewhere like Wolfville, or I think it was also Corner Brook. Corner Brook looked really cool. There was another that we looked at just a second ago that was also by the water. But my attention span only lasts about 1 minute. So, Wolfville, I can see, is on the water. Beautiful landscape, beautiful area. That's the kind of place you want to find, but you want to find it in a smaller city where it's not too much tourism, not too crowded, just the right amount. You want the city to be, I'm getting into, like, this way too specific here. You want the city to be big enough that there's cool stuff, but not too big that there's a lot of, like, annoying, busy traffic or too much people and everything's always taken, and also located somewhere beautiful. That's the ideal, I think. And Wolfville, Nova Scotia checked a lot of those boxes, I think. Very cool. Anything else about Wolfville? No, not really. Let's keep going then. St. John's, Newfoundland. St. John's, Newfoundland. I love St. John's for the weather. I used to go to St. John's a lot. I always try to do the harbor walk up to Signal Hill. Oh, this is specific. And then along the coast to Kitivici for a drink at the brewery. Maybe a meal at Mallard College. One of my favorite cities in all of Canada. Really? Well, I'm sold. St. John's, Newfoundland. Let's check it out. City in Newfoundland and Labrador. What? Wow, this actually looks big. How big is this? Here we go. Population 113,000. I think that's really good. I think that's wow. This place looked a lot bigger to me. Only 100,000 people live in this city, and it's also built on the water. How's that possible? How are so many of these awesome cities like built by the water? I know there's a lot of water in Canada, a lot more than I realized. I learned about that a little while back. But I think it just makes it so much more beautiful when part of the city is built on the water. I think you can't argue. But this also has mountains and a pretty big looking city. What's this, a historic site? A lighthouse looking out into the endless vast seas? What more could you ask for? A building? Look at this. Look at this. This is beautiful. What the heck? Are we in Scandinavia? What? This is in Canada? What on earth? This is absolutely beautiful. That's amazing. Houses built on the hillside like that. Wow. That is so cool. And the lighthouses and whatever this thing is? Wow. That's awesome, actually. Okay, that is exactly what I was looking for. St. John, Newfoundland. That is the kind of hidden gem located in Canada that I was excited to learn about today. That is so cool. All of these cities so far are really, really nice, really cool. See, that's the thing. I knew there had to be some underappreciated Canadian cities that us Americans just never get to hear about. And it's so true. This stuff is awesome. What else do we have here? For me, it's Fredericton, New Brunswick. And we're doing like a tour of Canada. Like we're going to every province. This is in New Brunswick. Quiet city on the river, of course. On the water, it's gotta be. With a good amount of bike and walking trails. Fredericton, New Brunswick. Okay. City in New Brunswick, Canada. Look at this. This looks very... Oh, you got some woods, a park, a museum. Look at... So this is the river they were talking about. And it's got a bridge. Man. Some nightlife. Interesting castle turret architecture. A little farmer's market. This is what now we're getting into small city Canada. You got the farmer's market, a barbecue. Ah, oh, beautiful. Fredericton, New Brunswick. Anything else? Not a city, but Riverview, New Brunswick is the best place for me. Another New Brunswick. New Brunswick is another province I haven't seen much of. This is great. This is actually great. I feel like I'm getting a glimpse into small city Canada like never before. Riverview, that's not a city. That doesn't count. I can't look it up. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's lovely, but I can't look it up. It's against the rules for today. Lived in Freddie for 2 years. No, I don't. Oh, wait. Oh, Freddie. Oh, okay. Yes, that's okay. We can talk about Freddie. Is that the nickname for Fredericton? That caught me off guard. Lived in Freddie for 2 years. Moved to the GTA recently. I miss it every day. Yeah, I mean, it looks like an amazing place. I did not expect to see us mentioned. Well, yes, all obscure small cities in Canada. This is the place for them. Let's keep going. We're not going to get every single small Canadian city, unfortunately, but we're going to get a good amount here today. St. John's. Didn't we look at that? St. John's, NL. Yeah, Newfoundland, Labrador. Wow, this got another comment. Wow, St. John's. And to be honest, it did have some of the most amazing pictures. Like out of all the cities today, St. John's, I did really like it, I have to admit. Revelstoke, British Columbia. Revelstoke. Sounds like a band. Revelstoke. Did you catch their new album? Anyway. We got some pictures. Very nice. Mountains. That's just a British Columbia thing, I guess, huh? These buildings on the left Looks like the Old West. Looks like a cowboy would live here. Is that just me? Oh, and you got some ski resorts. Revelstoke. It's got Railway Museum. You can go on a helicopter. Look at this, my God. Can you ski down these things? This mountain looks kind of intimidating. Wow. Whoa. Wow. If you live in any of these British Columbia cities, do people say that? Can you say British Columbian? Is that what you call someone from British Columbia? A British Columbian? Anyway, if you live in any of these cities in British Columbia, holy cow, you've got something special. Like, this view is insane. So this is the whole city right here underneath the mountains. That's crazy. Getting to wake up every day and see this? That's insane. In a good way, by the way. That's unbelievable. Wow. Kingston. What is Kingston? Kingston. It's a technology manufacturer. Let's look up Kingston City, Canada. Yeah, it's a city in Ontario. Here we go. Ontario finally getting represented here today. What do we got? It's got water, at least a little lake or something. Beautiful old little town hall looking thing. A historic site. Is this like a castle or a fort? Fort Henry, it says. Penitentiary. You can visit the old penitentiary. Okay. National Historic Site. Wow. It does have a lake or something with the perfect little mist and the sunset. Now I get it. What's this? A really cool building. Art gallery. Marine museum. Oh, look at this. Yeah, it is on the water. How are these all on the water? How much water is in Canada? That's beautiful. Man, as we kept going through the pictures there, that's beautiful. Kingston. Okay, maybe one more here. Nakusp, British Columbia. Right on Arrow Lake. It's gorgeous. Nakusp. British Columbia, so I know it's going to have a mountain. It has a beach? Oh, this is on the west coast? It's got a big wheel? It's got another wheel? What is this? What is this kind of bike? Huh. I can't tell if this is an adapted bike. If you like don't have the use of your legs, if this is like for handicapped people, or if this is just like a weird bike that I've never seen a bike like this before. Anyway, you can go biking in Nakusp. Water and mountains and beautiful gardens, a waterfall, art gallery, and woods. Man, this city has every single biome you can imagine. Let's take a look at one more. Come on, we can't stop just yet. Guelph, Ontario. Guelph, Ontario? Oh, it's got a river. Wow. This also looks like a lovely city. It's got like a park. You can go canoeing. There's a museum, a lake. This is like a overview drone shot. Oh, wow. It's got a lot of forest and trees around it. That's cool. Yeah, this is like the perfect little small, medium-sized city. Ah, love it. Love it. All right, some other honorable mentions. Victoria. It's like Disneyland. Stratford, Ontario. Saskatoon. I've heard of that. Nelson, Cumberland? Annapolis, Nova Scotia? Jewel by the ocean? The list goes on and on and on. That's too bad. We've been going at this for quite a while now. I think that's a pretty good little look into small city Canada. There's a lot more. Canada just seems to be chock full of all these really beautiful, wonderful little cities that I had no idea about. So I'm actually really happy I took some time here today to learn about some of these amazing small cities in Canada. I really quite enjoyed what the Canadian people here had to say and the comments. These were very good recommendations. I enjoyed this a lot. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these small cities in Canada or your opinion on the best small city in Canada. That'd be very cool to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and Canadian culture and learning things and seeing things in Canada for the first time, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.